Class, our today's new topic is light. So class, what is light? So you all know in daytime all the objects are visible and at night objects are not visible. There is a very dark. So you all aware about that. It is just because of sun. Sun gives you sunlight. So with the help of that light you can see any object. So what result we get here? We get the result that we can see any kind of object with the help of light, and your sun is a source of light. So it means class, any object which is a source of light, with the help of that source of light you can see objects. So there are so many sources of lights like sun, candle, bulb. With the help of these sources of light you can see objects. But the question is how you see the objects. Let's understand this. So class, how can you see any object in daytime and at night you are not able to see that object? So if I am talking about daytime, suppose this is your source of light, this is sunlight. So class, there is a rule that rays are always going in a straight path. So it means the sun rays are also going in a straight path in all the direction class. Why class? We show sun like this because these are the rays of sun which are going in all the directions. But some of the rays which are in the direction of this object, when they touch the object, they are reflected. So some rays are reflected. Some rays are reflected in upper side, some rays are reflected in lower side. So class, the person who is here, those rays which are reflected by this object, when these rays are putting in the eyes of that person, then he can see the object. So this is a rule for seeing any object. And suppose class, the person who is standing here, how he can see the object? If the person is here, so these reflected rays which are reflected from here to this direction, that person can see this object from here. So it's very important class, if light is coming from this source, so that light is only putting the front side of this object, but in the back side of this object the light is not going, because light traveled in a straight path. It is not going like this. So that's why class, if you are here, you are not able to see behind this object. So in this part, so this part is not visible for you, and for this person this part is not visible. So it means class, you can see the object, but you can see only the front face of that object. This person is also can see the front face of this object. So this is how you see the objects in sunlight. And now second condition, if this source of light is not here at that time class, the object is here, you are here also, but at that time if source of light is not here, so there is no reflected rays are here, and if there is no reflected rays are here, so you are not able to see the objects. That's why class, at night we are not able to see this object, but at daytime we can see the same object. So this is how you see the objects with the help of light. So class, light is a form of energy that affects our eyes to produce the sensation of vision. So class, as I told you earlier, when those light rays are reflected from the object, they produce a sensation in our vision and we can see the objects. Class, now next topic is sources of light. We have two sources of light, natural sources and artificial sources. In natural sources, sun is the prime source of light in our earth. Except that stars are also there, but class, because of the distance of stars from the earth, they are not give us very high amount of light, but they are the natural sources of light. Except that a firefly, or normally known as Jugnu, so class, it is known as Jugnu, and it emits light naturally due to the certain chemical present in its body. So class, this insect belongs to nature, that's why this light of this firefly is a natural source of light. It's very important. The light we receive from it is very faint and we can't see much just by its light, but just because this insect or this Jugnu belongs to nature and nature gives us this light, that's why we can say it's a natural source of light. Second is artificial source of light. So class, you all know the artificial sources. It means the sources which made by humans. So at night when we do not receive light from the natural sources, or we can say sun, we use artificial sources of light. Some of the common artificial sources of lights are fire, glowing electric bulb, electric tube light, burning candle, kerosene lamp, torch, heated bodies. Some of the basic example of artificial sources of light. So these are some pictures of artificial sources of light. So class, these sources of light made by humans, that's why these all are known as artificial sources of light. So class, next topic is luminous and non-luminous bodies. Luminous bodies, the bodies which emit their own light are called luminous bodies. They shine by their own light. It means luminous body has their own light, like stars, burning candle, electric lamp, torch, electric tube, kerosene lamp. They all has their own light, so they are known as luminous bodies. If I am talking about non-luminous bodies, the bodies which do not emit light by their own but become visible by the light falling on them from some luminous body. So they are known as non-luminous body. It means class, any kind of objects which can visible in light, that is known as non-luminous body. The moon, earth, table, book, chair, etc. are non-luminous bodies. In this time, this pencil is also non-luminous because light is falling on this pencil and we can see this pencil. So it means class, the object which has no its own source of light but which is visible in light. So it's very important, moon. So class, it's very important, moon has no its own light, it's only reflect the light of sun. So that's why it is non-luminous body. So here class, you can see this is your book, this is torch, source of light, book, you can see the book in the light. So this is non-luminous object, this is luminous object. And next is seeing the moon. As I told you earlier class, moon is non-luminous. So with the help of this figure, you can easily understand how moon is non-luminous body. This is the source of light, sun. Sun can give the light direct to the earth also, and also sun gives the light to moon. And class, moon only reflects the light of sun, and at night when it reflects the light from the sun, it looks like a source of light, but actually it only reflects the light of sun. So it's a non-luminous body which we can see just because of sunlight. So moon is a non-luminous body.